Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to talk about the perfect sports trilogy. That's right, the perfect sports trilogy. And the amazing thing is, this trilogy can be had for about $7,000 on the second-hand market. 3 classic watches, and they can be had on the second-hand market for $7,000 in total. Now let's have a look at the trilogy. And the first watch is the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. This is the manual wind. This is the modern incarnation of the original Man on the Moon watch. Now the thing is, we don't want no fancy display backs. We don't want no fancy sapphire crystal. We want the original, and the original is with the plastic glass. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. It's using the there's a couple of movements. It was originally had the 3-2-1 movement, then there's the 8-6-1, and then there's the 1-8-6-1. Forget the automatic, that's not a true interpretation. You want the manual wind, no date, Man on the Moon Speedmaster, and it gets nothing more pure than that watch there. It's the ultimate sports chronograph, and I got friends who have got Pateks and Rolexes and APs, and they have a Omega Speedmaster in their collection. That's how strong it is. Second hand, you can pick one up from somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. That's the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. Fantastic manual wind piece. The next piece is a quartz Omega Seamaster. I think this is probably one of the best diving watches there is. And, you know, I'm not a huge fan of quartz, and collectors hate quartz, but it's really quite inexpensive. You can pick a good one up for about $1,100 on the used market, and I've seen them as low as about $1,600 to $1,700 from resellers who are grey dealers with brand new pieces. So they're an absolute bargain. Full retail is about $2,600, I believe, and I think normally you'd pay about $2,000 duty free. So, you know, this is an Omega Seamaster, and it's just such a fantastic dive watch. It's quartz. I'm not saying always get quartz. I don't really like quartz, but we're putting together a trilogy with 3 different movements: quartz, manual wind, and automatic. And this is just such a cool watch. And I think bang per buck. The automatic's just using an ETA movement. And that's the same with the quartz, but there's huge savings here. This has got great presence for not a lot of money. And this is a decent watch, okay? Make no bones about this. The Quartz Omega Seamaster is a decent watch, and it's what proper men wear. It's a great, great watch, and I absolutely adore it. Now, the third piece in this trilogy is a GMT sports watch. And I'm thinking Rolex Explorer 2. Second-hand, fantastic, bang per buck. And I'd say white dial, but some of you would go black dial. Doesn't matter. You can't make a mistake. It's the 16570. That's the 40mm Explorer 2. And what a cool watch. It's automatic. It's Rolex. I mean, this trilogy, we've got a manual wind Omega, a quartz Omega, and an automatic Rolex. I mean, Jesus. 3 iconic pieces. And 2 great brands, and these are all decent pieces. Now let's have a look at it. The Explorer 2, I think, is probably the best bang per buck in the Rolex Sports range, and I sold mine off for about $3,500. That's not a lot of money. And if you want that was for an early 90s Explorer 2 white dial with the non-flip-lock bracelet. And if you want a later one, like say a year 2000, you'd be paying about $1,000 more, so about $4,500. That's with a no-holes case and a flip-lock bracelet. But I mean, personally, I think that's great bang per buck. And you've got 3 sports bases covered: diving, timing, and GMT functions. 3 pieces, a great trilogy. And let's look at the money. So we'll start in reverse. The Explorer 2, 3.5. You can get one for to 4. So 3.5. The Seamaster Quartz, $1,000. Okay, so 3.5, 4.5. A Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon 2, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, probably a little bit more. Add $500, $7,000, and you got a cool trilogy. 7 to 8. And what a fuck off collection. 3 classic iconic pieces, and any man under 35 could pull those pieces off, and that's a fucking good watch collection. 3 iconic pieces, and it's the price of one of my steel sports watches. Price of my AP. I paid $6 for the AP. This is not much more for 3 pieces. So you look at it. I paid $6,000 for one Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in steel, and for $7,000 I could have 3 steel stunners, all sports bases covered: diving, GMT travel, and chronograph timing. I mean, fuck, $7,000, and I think that would have to be the ultimate sports trilogy. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think.